Welcome to the Sixers Standard with Ryan A. Clark. What a game. What a game. The Philadelphia 76ers win 124 to 117 against the Miami Heat and take a stronger hold on the sixth place seed out in the East. Let's just run it down real fast. We had Bam Adebayo with 29 and 14, Tyler Hero with 25 and 7, uh, Jacquez Jr. with 19, Wiggins with 18. For the Sixers, we had Joel Embiid with 26 and 11, Oubre with 21 and 8, Edgecombe with 19 and 8, and the Sixers standard setter of the night was Tyrese Maxey, 28 and 11 assists, only one turnover, and five steals. Also this night, Maxey passed Allen Iverson for all-time 3-pointers made and did it with say about 320 less games than Iverson. That just kind of shows what the league is at today. But this game was a great game. Starting off in the first was pretty much what you kind of expected from the two teams. It was about a slugfest. Pretty evenly matched. The first quarter was edged by the Sixers by 1 point, and I think a key turning point in the win was the second quarter, where the Sixers, I would say, it definitely took control to a degree, and winning the quarter 37-22 and going into the halftime, 73 to 57. It definitely, I was even surprised by it. It looked like the Sixers were going to take control of it, and I still didn't go into it thinking it was going to be a blowout. But at the half, it was all Sixers. It was all Edgecombe and Maxey and Embiid, yes, and Embiid too. And yeah, they definitely had control of it. But as the Heat, they're a tough team. They're a veteran-led team, and they didn't go down without a fight. They turned the game around in the third quarter, and they came out and blitzed the Sixers heavy, and they won that quarter 34-26. And at one point, they even came back and took the lead. I want to say 81-80. So as a Sixers fan, when that happens, most of us really think, okay, he got the momentum. The Sixers about to give this game away, but that did not happen. The Sixers stayed poised, and I think around this time was a big showing from Kelly Oubre. He had, like I said, he had 21 and 8, and his timely shots were big in the third quarter. I think he definitely helped keep the Sixers at bay and Edgecombe as well. One thing that I did like that these two showed tonight was, I guess you say their shot creation. They get to their spots pretty much like kind of in the middle of the paint area ish, but I do like that they both stayed aggressive and they didn't just let Embiid and Maxey kind of just shoot all over the place. Trust me, them two did get up their shots, but Edgecombe and Oubre definitely helped and facilitated when they had to. And we definitely got some production from Grimes and Barlow, each having 9, which I definitely think helped the team as well. And I think in the fourth, pretty much is where I would say it was a close game, went down to the wire, of course. But I think the Sixers didn't panic. I think they stayed to what they know, and they stayed aggressive. And I think that's what ultimately led to them winning the game. And of course, the biggest moment of the game was Joel Embiid's dagger three with 24 seconds left, which gave the Sixers about pretty much a 7 point lead in the win. And overall, I just want to say that the Sixers played great tonight. Like I said, my keys to why I think the Sixers won was pretty much points in the paint. Sixers won that 50-36. Fast break points, Sixers won that 29-22. And they won everything else was pretty much balanced for the most part. Sixers edged in rebounds and edged in assists. They were on the ball tonight again as well on defense with 11 steals and forced 14 turnovers, but Sixers also gave 14 assists as well. I think this was just another typical Sixers Heat matchup, and the matchups that they have is always close games. And now the season series is tied. The Sixers are now I was not comfortable. They got some breathing room in 6. Let's see. With the Heat losing and the Magic losing to the Rockets, that gave the Sixers a comfortable, I'd say 2.5 game lead for 6, and they crept up on Toronto. They're now are only a game back of Toronto for the fifth seed. And if they get that fifth seed, you would have to see Cleveland in the first round. And hey, I'm not mad at that first round matchup either. I'm not mad at it. So the Sixers could possibly get fifth with how they're playing right now, winning 3 straight. And Sixers fans, let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, just last week we were thinking, man, this ain't a good stretch. It doesn't look good for the team, and B's down, and look at that. Just 3 games just turned the season around just like that. And they have a big test coming up with Boston. That's their next game. Actually, they have a big test coming up with the next 2 games. They have Boston and San Antonio. I think that's going to show a lot from the team because San Antonio is red hot right now. And they're looking like the number 1 team in the league. And for Spurs fans, I know they're definitely looking forward to getting back at the Sixers, especially if Joel Embiid plays because as we know, a strong competitor as Wemby is, he didn't forget what Embiid did to him, and I think that definitely I know he's definitely waiting to get Embiid back for that 70-piece game he gave him. So I know the Celtics and Sixers, that's enough said. Rivalry's already there, but with the Spurs, I definitely think there's going to be some extra fire in that game because they didn't forget what the Sixers did to them, especially Embiid. So I definitely think that's coming. Uh, I gave my key points to the game. I always got to give some negatives as well. I see 22 fouls by the Sixers. I think that's too much. And giving the Heat 20 and 26 from the free throw line, I think that's too much. And on the Sixers end, my other negative is that they only shot 18 free throws. Now that can be to some ref no calls, or that can be to them not going to the basket as much because they were chucking threes. So I do think that the Sixers need to pick both of those. Well, the fouls need to come down, and the free throws need to go up. And speaking to my free throw attempts, which kind of leads to my last complaint. I know he's the Sixers standard of player tonight, but I'm sorry, the Sixers standard setter of the night. But Maxey, he has to stop complaining. That I would say is the number 1 negative I took from tonight. Maxey complains a lot, and it's starting to get really bothersome. Like, granted, I'm not saying he never gets touched or anything like that, but I think he definitely holds the team down or kind of helps them doesn't help them on the defensive end when anytime he gets touched, he's looking at the ref with his hands up. Or anytime he drives to the basket, he's hot, furious at the refs. There was a sequence in the game towards the end, I want to say the third or fourth quarter, where he tried to swerve through traffic and he got hit and he missed the layup and kind of went out of bounds a bit. And he's just fired up, yelling at a ref. Meanwhile, the Heat took it down, went down the other end, and it was an open layup. And that kind of happens a lot with Maxi. I know that's what the Stars do today, and it's always been done, but I know they kind of emphasize it today. But I don't want him to fall in the Luka Doncic realm of like always complaining to the refs, trying to get a call, because that's what's gonna make the refs not want to give you a call. So I just wanted to highlight that for Maxi. Trust me, he had a great night, and I wanted to talk about that still as well. Him passing Allen Iverson for 3-pointers all time made with 887. He took over the night. As I highlighted him as the Sixers standard setter, player of the night. He started off the game hot. First quarter, 20 points, and he definitely knew. I definitely think he knew of the record because he came out on fire. Hit all 5 threes. I want to say either 4 of them in the first or all 5 of them in the first. But he passed Iverson late in the first quarter, and he got that record quick. He got it out the way. But definitely another part of his game that I wanted to highlight and give to him was the 11 assists with only 1 turnover. I think that's really good, and I don't think that gets talked about enough because how fast of a player he is and how well he scores and how much of his shot improved, which is highlighted by the 3-point record, getting it in 6 less seasons and yeah, like I said, about 320 games is very impressive. But I think the playmaking is definitely what the Sixers needed. 'Cause like I said, they had in team total about 26 assists. So, sorry, either 25 or 26 assists. And for him to have 11 of them, it's definitely something that I think should be highlighted in a positive, and kind of also highlights what I think the Sixers should have went for as far as playmaking. But I definitely think that Maxi's carried a lot this season, and tonight I just really want to give him his praise, and got to give him some tough loving on the other side as well about the complaining. But I think tonight definitely should be talked about for Maxey as well. He had a great night along with Embiid. And Sixers fans, what do you think about the upcoming schedule? Do you think the Sixers can get fifth? I think they can. I think these next 2 games are gonna be tough. And 3 of the next 5 are playoff teams. It's the Cavaliers, Celtics and Spurs. I think they have winnable games, obviously, against the Jazz coming up. I don't even think they're probably not going to try, so that's probably going to be a win. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like what the Sixers are doing right now? What did you take away from last night? Do you think they can get fifth? Let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. Go Sixers. Have a good one.